mean, I'm kind of just this.
About breeds.
No, to be honest.
Okay.
It looks quirky, like.
Yeah, we get corgi a lot.
Yeah.
We're not very sure. My sister's not sure whether it's a corgi or not. Definitely a husky.
Oh,
Yeah.
But corgi, like, everyone thinks it's a corgi. But I don't think it's a corgi.
From the color and like the hind legs.
Yeah.
It looks quirky.
Yeah, with the
From like this
ratio.
angle right here.
Yeah, with the ratio, but
Yeah.
I think it's like. Right, is there like a? I've never done one of these before, which is cool.
Did I get it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just wing it. And
Honestly, man, I've done
okay.
like when I've done the older podcast, like just to introduce stuff. Like I've had friends. Oh, you can go away. You go away in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go away. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's cool.
Nice.
From before, I had friends who came on and they're like, "Oh, can you like give me like the questions or other things like beforehand?" I'm like, I'm like, just make it like
Okay.
we'll make it candid, we'll make it chill.
Yeah.
I have like
cool.
prompts, but if we just talk about whatever, we just talk about whatever.
No, yeah, that's fine. That's
You know?
fine. Let's not overthink it.
Yeah.
Let's just shoot the shits.
Exactly.
Right, shoot
Which
the
I like.
Cool.
Hey, this is Full TV. We're finally back, and this is actually something I wanted to do for a long time.
Cool. Thank you for
This-
having me.
Yeah, of course. This is kind of like my side segment of it's been a minute is what I'm calling it. So Christian, it's been a minute, man.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yes. it's
For
been a
real.
minute. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, man.
It's good to see you.
This was actually the original idea of the podcast I had like years and years ago before we started, like Eunice and I started it.
Cool.
Like where this is what I wanted to do. Go around and meet up with people
Cool.
that I haven't seen in a really long time and just
Great.
shoot the shit,
Yeah,
catch up, talk about whatever. And
I feel like I don't know. It's just one of those where years have happened, and I
yeah,
don't know. I feel like we can easily pick things up.
absolutely. And part of it too is that like you think when you're in we know each other from high school
Yes.
and things like that. And when you're in that space, that's kind of like your whole life, and then
Yeah.
at least for me, like I didn't think, you don't think much beyond that when you're in that space. And then when things change, I don't know, people grow apart and people do different things. They got their own things going on,
It is
and
what
it's
it
fine,
is. It's fine.
right?
Yeah.
It's never a bad thing. Like all the people, I think the reason why I had this like idea is that all the people that I've had in my life, it's not that we grew like this disdain for each other. We just
No, I don't see that.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
just, all right.
Yeah.
That's just life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just life.
Yeah. And I mean, first of all, thank you, because you're the first guest that I've had on this. This is the first time
Oh,
that we're
really?
doing this. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. I've hit
Well,
up
this is
other
the first time I've done this. So let's set the bar low.
Okay. we'll set it low for you. We'll set it low
Let's
for
set
you.
the bar low.
Okay. And that's for the viewers out there. We'll set it low too.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't even know where to start, man. Just like it's really good to see you.
It's great to see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, I just
It's an
gotta remember
attachment. The microphone is an attachment of your body.
Okay.
You just
alright.
gotta like.
I just
You see how it just gotta follow you wherever you go.
I try to do some gestures, but I'll keep it with one hand.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
But yes, good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Of course.
I'm excited.
So I think
Especially that we did it in the morning. and
Yeah.
so it's good
I
to-
mean, thanks for taking the time anyways, like out of
Yeah.
your weekend and things like that.
no,
So
thank you.
yeah.
I needed this. Yeah.
cool.
Thanks for going all the way here and doing this.
It's a lot of thanks at the
thank
beginning
you.
here. Very thankful people.
Very thankful.
First off, we'll just talk about like how we know each other in the first place. You know?
High school.
High school. Yeah.
school.
Yeah. It was.
When and where in high school? I don't know.
That's fuzzy to me too,
Yeah.
right? Because I think that grade 9 was like people were still figuring out like who they were hanging with and what
Yeah.
they were doing and things like
Correct.
that. And once kind of grade 10 settled, then we kind of had like this little like Filipino
table.
posse, the Filipino table.
Yes.
Yes, right. It was in the cafeteria. It was right near like the exit doors.
We had a designated table.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Filipino table and then Nelson.
Yes. So in our group, for the most part, we had like
And
Filipinos.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one white guy and one black guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're white.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forget that sometimes.
What do you want to say? Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
So grade 10. Grade 10. Sorry. Yeah, grade 10. Grade 10. I think I was one of the later ones to join the Filipino table because I saw you, Vince,
Yeah.
AM were hanging out.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think at that time I was pretty close with Nathan because we had the same class as Mr. Paul.
For sure.
Um,
And I knew Nathan from elementary school.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Oh.
he came to my elementary school, or it's not my, the elementary school I went to since like grade 6.
Yeah.
Then he moved, and then like we kind of reunited in high school, which
Oh,
was
I
funny.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so we knew each other like way back.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
'Cause you guys are on the same kind of ends there.
Kind of, yeah. Like he's like more like he was like in the chalk farm
Yeah.
area kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I miss that guy, to be fair. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta hit him up. I don't even know where he's at.
I don't know.
Because I only got lucky because the people I've hit up so far have been through like Instagram.
Yeah.
Because like that's the only
Yes.
place like I could
That's-
really.
I
I
get
don't
to
have
see,
people's numbers and things like that, right?
I get to see snippets of people's lives. on
Exactly.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be way more. I mean, I'm definitely not active on there, and
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about going even before I get to that. Like we're in high school.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how kind of we know each other. We also work together.
Yes.
Right.
You know, Froze, I think like grade 11 to like. Yeah.
Yeah,
11 or not.
yeah. I think I was there since grade 11 summer, but you were already there for like a little bit.
Yeah.
Before me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grocery and you're in the meat department.
Exactly. Yeah. So we worked together at No Frills, and then there's a lot of core memories that I have with that place. You know, because it was kind of like my one stable part-time job growing
Yeah.
up, and like I didn't really move around too much. So, like once I was there, I was just kind of there.
Okay.
You know, and
Get some money.
yeah.
Side.
Yeah.
Beer money.
Why not? And I can't remember though. You stayed after I quit, too.
I stayed there for I don't know how long, but yes, I was there for a bit.
Yeah.
Till like 2016 or 2017, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. I was there
Yeah.
for a bit.
Cool.
Yeah, that was my little side hustle while I was in high school.
Yeah. No Frills is a funny place to work, man. I mean, like,
It was.
I always tell, because like, I'm a teacher now, right? So like.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I heard you're a teacher now?
Yeah. I teach high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there's some high school kids who would look up to me right now. and I don't feel any different.
Yeah. Honest,
Yeah.
I get that sometimes too, because when I work a lot, I get mixed up as a student like all the time.
Really?
Yeah. But that's. I mean, it depends on how I dress though.
Yeah.
But that's why most of the time,
You gotta-
I gotta dress nice. Like I gotta wear like a button down. I'll wear like some nice
Okay.
pants, stuff
Okay.
like that.
Oh,
Cause
'cause your school is not. It's you don't wear uniforms.
no,
Oh.
it's probably I teach at Peel.
Okay.
I don't even teach in Toronto, so
Oh shit.
yeah.
Music teacher?
No, not yet, not yet.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
I've been teaching everything but music.
Okay.
Like I've taught. Like
I just knew you were gonna be a teacher. I was asking people back then. I was like,
Yeah.
and you're like, you want to be a music teacher.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I just kind of knew you were gonna be a music teacher.
For sure, and I somehow stuck with it, and I'm in it now. So I'm still trying to get like a music gig, which I haven't done yet, but
Nice.
we'll see.
Cool.
But I brought it up because like I was teaching careers in summer school.
Careers?
Yeah, like you know, like
careers in
civics and careers. Yeah. So,
Oh.
Yeah. So I always bring up like my experiences at No Frills
Okay.
to kind of like show the students like what it's like, because I'm always talking about you need to have like good communication skills. You need to be good with people
Yes.
and things like that.
Yes.
So I wanted to bring up like, do you have like a fundamental core memory working at No Frills where you had to deal with someone who
Oh.
and like how you dealt with them and things like that?
What
you
is
know.
this? I'm not trying to get a job. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of been situations where you got to deal with a lot of customers. First of all, this is Jane and Lawrence.
Yeah.
That No Frills is Jane and Lawrence, and it's it's more or less a bit more of a rougher neighborhood.
Sure.
of Toronto.
Quote unquote, whatever, however you want to
Quote,
define that. Yeah.
And
yeah.
you'll get a good sample size of them are just gonna be a bit more demanding.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I remember this one time. I think someone tried to steal something. And you had to chase people down. And
You
it's like-
chased?
Yeah, with a few people.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, this is not my job.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Wait, what were they stealing though?
probably something insignificant. I don't know. It wasn't
Okay.
even that serious, but
Yeah.
like you just get caught up in the moment.
Sure.
And you just the guy starts running, you start running.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other person starts running.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, and you realize I'm running halfway. You're like, this is not your job.
No.
It's not your job.
I would not.
I'm getting paid like minimum wage or like a couple cents above minimum wage.
No, we had a security guard there, right?
Yeah.
Just let him block the door. We're fine, right?
I think there was this one time where, it depends who the security guard was.
Yeah.
You get a good chunk of them that are just like, they're just chilling, and some of them are just actually serious about it.
Sure. Dang, man. I mean, I remember though specifically with no frills that they put out this policy, like a no chase policy.
Oh.
Like we're actually supposed to not even like do anything. Like when we just report it or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's not a job.
But what's funny is that I remember seeing like we had like those undercover grocery shoppers,
We got heaps of them. I remember that.
right?
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't know that was happening, right? So it was like a Saturday shift.
Yes.
So I started in the morning and I was like doing my thing. And then I see this dude shopping. But then I come back like 2-3 hours later. I'm like, why is this dude still here? Like he's got like 5 items in his cart.
Yeah.
He's been here for hours.
It better not
I'm
be
like,
meat. It better not be meat, because
I
he's
get-
walking around.
That's what I'm
anyways,
saying,
yeah.
right? He probably got some non-perishable items
It
in
better
the
be-
cart.
it better
Yeah,
be.
or else now we gotta deal with that stock in the back.
Yes.
But then so I didn't know who he was,
Yes.
right? I didn't ask. I was just like, hey, maybe I don't know why this dude's been here for hours, but whatever. But I go into the back and I see him like writing down something on a pad, and he's got like this mom and their kid,
Oh.
and like I guess he tried to like sneak stuff into her wagon or like her stroller.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like filing a report. I'm like, oh my god, he's undercover. He's like this secret shopper kind of person. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
wow.
think you see that a lot where
Yeah.
I think, you having strollers and kids, and then it's just like a way to like
Yeah.
make it seem like, hey, I'm not stealing anything, but
Sure. And it's like,
really,
oh,
really
yeah.
stealing something.
Or I've seen it a lot with like older people
Yeah.
at that store, and they bring their own like wagons or their own,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And they always try to like sneak stuff underneath. I always see people trying to get away with that and stuff.
There was
and-
this one time when we right away changed this a security guard,
Yeah.
and it was from, remember, I forgot his name, but the guy who always had a sick lineup. He's from
Yeah.
the African. I think he's Ghanaian. Yeah, he's Ghanaian.
Yeah.
As soon as he became the security guard, there was a good wave where he caught so many people.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He's just on it then.
Yeah.
He had like
I think
X-ray
you were
vision.
there.
He's like looking through people's strollers
Something
and stuff
like
like that.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he had like a
Put it on his resume.
yeah, like the amount of hits he's got or something like that.
Yes. I think it's
That's cool.
commission based or something.
Commission base. He's
Security.
got to reach his quota.
That's
So I'm just
it.
checking in on it. We're good on it. All right. He's got like a quota that he has to reach or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, man. I remember. I remember those like 88-cent deal sale
Yes.
days and
Yes, the 88
Like,
cents days. Yes.
and working in, because you had experience working in meat before I did, right?
I've
but-
done it.
Right. When I was doing it, every time I'm bringing out like chicken and
Correct.
stuff like that, people are like
People are
hounding
already
my
lined up.
truck before
Quarter
I
leg.
yeah
quarter
or
leg.
or like boneless skinless chicken breast, you know.
Yes,
I mean
yes.
I think nowadays I might be one of those customers, you know. So chicken's expensive nowadays. When it's on sale I gotta get on that.
Eggs are expensive.
But, like,
rent's expensive.
Everything. Like, so when I was bringing it out on the truck,
Yes.
before I could even unload the boxes and put it in the bunker,
Yeah.
people are opening the boxes
Yeah.
for me,
I remember that.
sifting through,
remember that.
digging through.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
I
remember
remember that.
this is random, but I remember you and someone else, you were bringing out like an ice cream skid, right?
An ice cream skid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people were like clawing at the plastic,
Probably.
like before you even brought it to the floor. Like as soon as you exited the door, people were on it, like cutting it open, grabbing it from the middle. So now it started to kind of like
Which ice
teeter.
cream was this? Like ice cream? They
It
were
was like
giving me ice
Briars or something. I don't know.
cream? Okay,
Like
probably.
yeah, like it was on sale and people were going crazy for it. It was probably like the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
People probably like camping out. That's what I hate when people camp out the back doors.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're just waiting for it.
I've got people who go in. It's
Well-
like it's like
No, I think I've seen that.
It's always the plantains. It's like, you guys have any better plantains out here?
It's either
Always the plantains.
it's
Like, I
either
don't know.
it's either that or the yams.
The yams and
They're trying to.
plantains.
I remember how many times I gotta ask a produce person,
Corn.
"Yo, someone needs yams cut."
Yeah.
Yo,
yams
like,
part and all that. No, you gotta come here if you want me to scratch you.
yo.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And I always bring up those stories because it's like, you know, when you're working,
Yeah.
you have to like maintain some sort of level of composure.
Correct.
Right? And
Yes.
you don't want to lose your job over fighting with a customer and things like that.
Correct.
Because I've seen like those viral videos where like
I don't wanna be
McDonald's employees are scrapping with like customers.
No world star.
No, I don't
do
want to
that.
end up on that for real.
No,
Yeah.
no.
And you just don't straight out don't lose your job. So I'm always telling my students like, that's gonna happen. You're gonna deal with people who are terrible, but just relax, you know, and you'll be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
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 I mean, no, don't run. If someone's running away, don't chase them.
Don't chase. Not your job, because you don't know what they have on them. You know, I don't.
Try not to. I mean,
be safe
yeah.
out there.
It's not that serious.
For all those
Definitely
young kids starting their summer jobs for the first time, but
not. Okay.
but those were good memories, like working at least when we were on trips together. Like,
yeah. No, it was good. I was stoked when I heard you were working there. I didn't know. How
Yeah.
did you get the job?
my parents, because you know how before it was Emiliano's and Anna's.
Filipino Connect.
Exactly. So the Filipino nepotism was definitely very real.
That's
I mean, he still took the time to like look at my like. I still gave him a resume and did all that stuff and like. Yeah, but
I do because my mom works at No Frills.
exactly. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just one of these days she's just like, yeah, you got a job there.
The Filipinos they're always looking for hookups. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that was one of my earlier jobs.
Yeah.
I remember that, so
Yeah.
That's good.
Because funny enough, though, they ended up going. They ended up moving stores, and they.
Oh, that is Nala. Don't eat that.
What the heck is?
Bumblebee.
Wait, are they doing it?
They're
They're fighting?
I don't think they're fighting.
They're like, okay, they're two, for all the audio listeners out there, a big bumblebee flew at my face.
Two of
But there's
them.
they're like
Two of them.
attached to each other.
Yes.
I don't know what they're doing. This is a National Geographic channel now. Okay. I'm going to just ignore them. I'm going to get back to this. But yeah, they ended up moving, and they were trying to like get me to go with them to the new store, but I was like, it's too far.
Oh,
like,
you were there when when they were on the.
when they merged, yeah,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
became like the new one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more Etobicoke area.
Yeah.
Where
They were like Dixon and like
Yeah.
Kip, Islington, or like that
A
area.
bit too far.
Yeah,
For me, at least.
at least not having a car at that age, yeah, too far.
No.
But yeah, like that's how we started. So it was nice since like we were classmates and getting to work together and stuff like that. And
Yes.
like, you know, getting through those long closing shifts, always nice when you have a friend nearby.
Yes. Meet department. And
Yeah.
I remember you gotta shut the blinds down.
Yeah.
I gotta face.
You gotta face.
Like 10 p.m.
Yeah. I honestly got to leave a bit earlier. Like I was lucky enough because
the meat department gets
it's like super
early.
small and like it was only me there, but you know.
Yeah, that's the thing about the meat department. You do your own thing, which is a blessing. But it's also like, all right, you just by
Yeah.
yourself.
But also like there's no one really watching you. So
No.
if I slack
That's
or if I miss out on something, I get in. Frank. Remember,
feel
shout
like-
out to Frank if you're watching this
Yeah.
for some reason. But he would give me so much shit if like I didn't do
Yeah,
something
I know
right.
what you mean.
But yeah, it's funny enough. Like
No, let's go with this.
even though my mom doesn't, we don't live in this area anymore.
No.
But my mom still came by to Norfolk where we're at, and she
Yeah.
talked to your mom for a bit.
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh, Christian's mom says hi and stuff like that, and how
Yeah.
are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, funny enough, like I'm seeing." Funny enough, I'm seeing him soon, which is like, it's just super. Yeah, it's just a
okay.
funny coincidence. So it was like
Yeah,
last week or
that's
something like
good.
that. Yeah. So
That's good to keep. Yeah, I mean, last time we talked, I think, was when we played chess together.
oh my God, like
Yeah.
online though. That was
Online,
like during the, it was
Yeah.
during the pandemic, and
He's keeping secrets, eh?
I think I told. Yeah, he was in Australia at the time.
Yeah.
See, no secrets, no
Huh?
secrets. Yeah, yeah, we were. It was during the pandemic, and you hit me up on Instagram. I think you hit me up. I don't know who.
No, you challenged
I-
me for a match.
Oh, I did.
You challenged me. I'm like, what? You want to play
Uh,
chess together?
Yeah, I think because I saw you post something about you playing chess.
Yeah.
And I guess I was just desperate and looking for people who also wanted to play chess.
I need to play more chess, by the way.
Same here.
I
That's what we should have done. We
need
should
to
have.
play more chess.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Javier.
Yes.
Caught up with Javier a couple of weeks ago. 2-3
Really?
weeks ago.
Okay.
He says hi, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my God. I should hit him up for this. I should hit him
he's
up for
great.
this.
He's a talkative guy.
Yeah,
he's a
for sure.
talkative guy. We
For
were
sure.
just chatting.
That's cool. That's cool.
The man plays chess.
Yeah, and
Like,
he's good.
I forgot what his rank is,
But it's like up there.
He's like, yo, like he's low. He was low key, like, I don't want to say it, but I'm actually getting better now.
Oh, damn.
So you try to challenge him.
Okay. Cool.
And, you go from there.
That would be.
I want to see that.
Yeah. No, I would love to do that. I should hit him up to be on this because I knew him since elementary school.
Yes.
He was one of those almost like 1 through 8. Like we were really good friends.
Okay.
So
Is
that's
he Filipino?
no. You don't know.
Okay.
Hey, to be fair, like last name Cruz, like you think, yeah, he could be
Yeah, he'll
Filipino.
pass, he'll
He's
pass.
he's El Salvadorian,
He is
I
El
believe.
Salvadorian.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
He's
He's
But
yeah.
now you gotta come here.
No, I've known him for a long time too.
Yes.
I remember I've known his parents for
Yeah.
a bit too.
He still lives in the ends.
Oh yeah? Yeah? That's cool.
No, like, come.
It's okay. We got Christian's dog here. Just very excited to be on camera. No, that's really cool, man. Yeah, it's good. I would love to see him too, for sure.
Okay, we digress.
Yeah. Now I'm just trying to think about before like just playing chess online. Like when was the last time we spoke? You know.
It's so after that.
It's blurry.
It's a big gap.
Yeah.
It's a big gap.
I wonder if it was because we were still working at No Frills when we after post-secondary stuff, like after that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Because you're going to York. I was
Yeah.
going to Ryerson.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I think at some, you know what happened? I was struggling with school a bit.
Okay.
So I was like, I can't work. I can't work
Fair
and do
enough.
school at the same time. I would just, I wasn't as responsible as a person. So I ended up leaving.
Yeah.
And then maybe after that, it fizzled out. Because then we
think
wouldn't
so.
ever see each other besides that.
That's
Right?
Yeah. Because yeah.
Yeah.
And then school and everything.
For sure.
Never.
We got busy, you know, and then
Yeah.
from there I was just kind of like focused on that, and then and then you were probably my last connection to any of like those high school people.
No way.
Yeah, because I mean after high
Yeah.
school, it's not like maybe we got together a couple times, but other than
No,
that,
nothing like that.
no, right?
Yeah.
So us working
I
together was
wonder-
like kind of like that last connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember. I think the fondest memory I have of all of us, like all the Sham fam,
Yeah.
is when we went to what's it called, the beach, Woodbine Beach. Were you
Dude,
there?
I wasn't there for that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed out.
I'm
joking.
okay.
I'm joking.
No. You know why though? You know why?
It was it was just like a very wholesome point.
I remember seeing the photos of it and feeling a lot of FOMO.
Oh,
But I'll
okay.
tell you why I didn't go. Cause like, man, when I was in high school, like
Sorry?
when I was in high school, okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I'll never apologize on behalf of a dog. It's okay. When I was in high school, I had a lot of that's cool. I had a lot of
I'm still in frame.
and mom, I love you. Mom, I love you. By the way, you know,
Yeah.
I love you. But she was like super like restrictive on like the things that I could do and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like even like going to Woodbine Beach with my friends
oh, that's like
was
all,
already.
that's all the way. That's the other side of Toronto.
That's what I'm saying, right? So and like I was like I think I was at that point where I didn't want to like lie to my mom, even though like I was just like, oh, I'm going out, and then
Oh no,
but
she's gonna see photos.
that or like if we're gonna be out the whole day if you do like a beach day.
Yes.
There's no way I don't know how I can explain myself being away from like morning till night. There's no way I can explain it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I think I didn't go specifically for that reason. And I missed out on a lot of high school stuff or like get-togethers mostly because I was like that. Like I was super,
Yeah.
you know what?
Come here.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to get my mom upset or anything, you know. So yeah.
I think she likes you.
Oh yeah? Okay, that's
Maybe.
fine. She can chill here. That's cool.
Alright.
That's cool. I like that.
It's not distracting.
Yeah.
This is good candid call.
It's very
Yeah.
it's very good. I
This is
love
good
it.
stuff.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But- Yeah.
But a good chunk of our memories, a good chunk of our hangouts was when we just go to Pelmo and play ball.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there was like Pelmo was like a park near like my place, which was near our old school and things like that. And
Yes.
every time, whenever the weather was nice, it was
Yes.
always Pelmo,
Pelmo.
right? It was always like, let's go play ball,
Palmo, yes.
right?
Yes.
And you know, for most of us, it was like a walking distance anyway, like from the park, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, shout out to all the guys who live more on like the east end of North York, who would still hang out after school and things like that. So
we're all west. We're all west.
where most of us are west. I mean, more
JM,
like not
JM,
super east, but
yeah, JM,
in my perspective, that's like if you're already on like Keel
North York
and Shepherd, like you're already super east.
Yeah, like
or things like
Vince,
that.
JM.
Yeah. So it was always fun playing with them. Or we'd go to Hoop Dome a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hoop Dome.
Anytime it was like a PA day,
Yes.
and we're like, hey, we're going opening, right?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, like Hoop Dome is like this indoor facility where you can like you just pay money, and there's like regulation size ball courts.
Yes.
And you can play the whole day.
Correct.
Yeah. But
it was only $15 at that time, I think.
I think we had a student discount. It was like cheaper than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, Hoop Dome was a staple. Nala.
Absolutely. But what's funny, I'm very fond of those memories because every time we would go, like we go early so we can have the course to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because in comparison, we weren't that great, right? Like
you gotta give us some credit.
we were okay. We were okay.
We
were okay.
We can hoop.
Maybe
You can hoop. I feel like you're better than
really
me.
no.
And I feel like
Nah.
you're better than me, and I still feel like because you're a shooter. I know you're a shooter.
I was, man. Not anymore, man. Like
No?
if you kept up, if you follow our
I
page,
I saw some sort of like around the world
Yes.
kind of, video.
And the reason why I made those is that most of the time I lose.
Great.
Like 90% of the time I lose those.
on purpose.
No.
Oh.
I'm just not like she's just a better shooter than I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Eunice behind the camera. Thank you for Eunice for helping us with the production today.
Eunice.
Yeah, like going to Hoop Dome was fun. So like, okay, maybe we were okay. We go there early, so we had the course to ourselves. But once like people started coming through, and then we had runs. What happened was, I always had to play the big. Because for some reason,
You're the biggest guy.
I'm the biggest guy. I'm like 5'8", 5'9", man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who else? I mean, who else? I mean, Nelson. But besides Nelson,
Besides
it was
Nelson, but Nelson
me,
was a
Jay,
playmaker, man. He was
me. No. You are not running away. Definitely not. Not this time.
not this time. It's happened before.
It has happened before.
Ah, man.
Keeps.
If you want the dog footage, you definitely have to watch the
No,
video version of this. But
Now. Yeah. Yeah. Hoop Dome was competitive.
yes.
It was very competitive.
Yeah.
I was never competitive in that sense.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think JM and Christian can get competitive.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
For sure. Yeah, some of us would get heated. Absolutely.
It get heated.
Yeah, I remember when because JM is usually a really
And then you see some guys from like JCM. It's just like high school versus high school.
yeah. Now it's like a pride thing. It's like
Yeah.
we're like trying to like rep our school and things like
No.
that.
No. Who's the dog you're looking at? Anyways, but yes.
Yeah, she probably smells something from a mile away or something. Yeah, I remember like trying to compete with all the different high schools and things like that.
Yes, I remember that. You gotta. Yeah, you just gotta do that.
All right. You gotta calm down.
I didn't know she was gonna be like this.
That's okay.
So-
That's okay. Yeah, like because JM was always like a really friendly guy, a really smiley dude.
Yes,
But when he gets mad, like, and you see it in his face,
yes.
yo, he's serious.
When he
Like,
plays ball, he's a bit different.
yeah. But when he's serious, he's really good. I remember because he would always run point for us, and he'd just be like, walk up, splash.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
he could
Yeah. He was
JM
good.
can hoop. JM
Yeah,
can hoop.
I was. Yeah. Because
Come
my thing was because I always had to play the big.
Yes.
I never really developed good handles.
Okay.
So I was always, I'm rebounding, I'm in the post. Maybe I leak out for an outside shot here and there.
Yeah.
But that's carried over. So now when I'm just playing like friendly runs wherever, I don't know how to do anything. Like don't make me bring up the ball. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna drive right because I don't have a left still.
You don't have a left?
No.
I saw you're left-handed.
No. No, I'm right-handed.
Okay.
Maybe you're confusing me with another.
Okay, never mind.
It's okay. Yeah, but Hoop Dome was always
Dome-
always a good time
Hoop Dome was a
for
memory.
sure. And always going to like we would go to pho after a lot. I remember that. Yeah. Because there's a pho right by Keel and Shepherd.
There's a pho spot.
That's still there, and I still frequent that because I think their spring rolls are the best spring rolls.
We have some
ever had,
really
but-
great Vietnamese spots in Toronto.
Yes, absolutely.
Really good.
Yeah. I
still
also
think
grew up.
My favorite
Yeah.
Vietnamese spots are still in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. That's a future question, but I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask everyone this, like, who I ended up interviewing, but like, what's your go-to spot, like in Toronto for
Jane and Wilson, full combo.
full combo? Yeah,
My
yeah.
favorite spot in the world.
Yeah?
My favorite Vietnamese spot in the world.
Is that the same? That's been there for a while, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's the one behind Burger King, by the way.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes. On Jane and Wilson. Yeah.
Yes. When like, back then, we like every other Sunday we'd go there to eat on for a bowl of.
Oh my God. I think I've been there. I think I've been
behind Burger King.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
there. Yeah. That one's good.
Yes, that one's great.
That one's good.
That one's great.
Even though I think I've only ever ate there once, but yeah, a good pho spot is always a treasure.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you don't. I mean, you don't need to go to Vietnam to try good pho. You really don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You really don't.
You've been to Viet. I was gonna ask you about all your travels and stuff like that, right? Because you were gone for a while.
Yeah. So even at least, I guess it's still for me fair to say this. Like, still my favorite pho spot. I guess it's very personal bias, but
yeah,
it's still Jane and Wilson.
Yeah, for real. Even after eating pho in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're it's more massive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the pho they serve there is it's smaller.
Yeah,
Here
sure,
it's a bit
sure.
more massive.
I guess that's like a difference in how food is like presented here. Like our portions, even though like this North American style of like eating like big portions and things
Bigger
like that.
portions
But
and-
maybe I think sometimes too when people order like those medium and larges at a pho,
Yeah.
I would think typically you share it and then you have like smaller bowls.
It's ideally.
Yeah. But I'm like, nah, I'm having a large all to myself.
And I can down it. I know you can down it.
Yeah, we would eat, man.
I'm not sure if you know, but your husband can eat.
Yeah.
Like
I think
I'm not
it's
sure if he's still like that.
I think I probably cooled down a little bit
Ryan
just because
can eat. Like
what do you remember about
in high
my
school-
eating
I
habits?
remember in high school. Yeah. Wait, first of all, you ate a lot of the cookies, right?
Yo, okay, the
ate a lot.
cafeteria cookies. Let me tell you,
Yes.
they're only $1.
They were only
They're
$1.
massive. They're ooey. They're gooey. They're
they're
warm.
soft.
The perfect cookie. That's the conversation I always have with Eunice because she grew up in
Cookies.
public
Yes.
and I grew up like Catholic.
Yeah.
Right, so it's like just all the differences. Like I always think it's
okay.
funny because we all know all the Catholic schools, and then when she mentions the public school, I'm like, what even is that?
Well, you guys never had cafeterias?
No, like we're
just
saying the
never-
cookies are the same. Like the cookies
The
still
cookies
slap.
are still the same. They're
Cookies were
slap?
still good. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what do
So
you
yeah,
remember
you can
about
eat
me
that.
eating a lot, man? Like beside the cookies and stuff like
I
that.
don't know. I mean, you're not the person. Like there were a good chunk of them a good chunk of the students were coming out of the cafeteria line, and they come out with a combo of 2 beef patties,
Yeah, yeah.
a cookie, and
Yeah.
a chocolate milk.
Ooh, that's a great combo. That sounds like a good lunch to me.
Yeah, it's a great combo.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know about doing it every day, but
Nah.
I know you weren't there. But you had your. I'm like, yo, this is what you eat.
Yeah, bro. I ate really bad in high school.
And
Yeah.
then, on top of that, I remember because I can eat a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
sometimes I'm like, and Nathan doesn't finish his food sometimes, or someone else.
I was gonna bring this up.
There's a few of us in that table who can eat,
Yeah.
and John Gaspar. John
Yo.
Gaspar.
Yo, John Gaspar. Shout out to John
Can
Gaspar.
eat. You can eat.
Yeah.
And then like, I can eat, but I don't think I was in the same level as you guys.
Sure,
But
sure.
I could still. And then there were the students who like JM who sometimes does not eat his lunch.
Yeah. Him and
gives it
Nathan.
away.
Him and
And
Nathan.
Nathan?
Yeah.
And then I think like a good chunk of us were like competing. Yo, are you gonna eat that? Okay. Oh, okay. So you're not. So who you,
Yo, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna
who you gonna give it to? And I'm like,
Yo, if I saw.
and JM's lunch, it's always like I love it. And it's
Yo,
like
it's-
white rice, like spam.
It
egg,
was
something fried.
it was straight up
It's always,
ulam
like-
and rice or something
ulam
like
and
that.
rice,
Yeah,
straight up.
up.
And I love that. I
Yeah.
don't know why, for some reason, that's something that he just never loved.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool,
And-
I'll eat it.
I remember how he would always have that. Nathan would always have like this little thermos too.
Little
Yeah,
thermos.
like little stainless steel thermos.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what they
yeah.
would do is that at some point they stopped asking. It was more so like once they're done, they just kind of slam it out, and then it's just whoever grabs it first.
Yes. Yes, so you gotta be strategic of where
Yo,
you sit on the table.
That's what I'm saying. I'm always sitting across Nathan, dog.
Right,
So
somewhere
I'm
in the
just,
middle.
I'm always boom. I'm
Yes.
always on that.
Yes.
And that was pretty selfish of me coming like after eating like a chicken burger combo, dog. And
So you, cause yes, you do buy lunch. You did buy lunch.
I bought lunch a lot.
Yes,
yeah.
you did buy lunch.
And you know what's weird? I think I had this weird thing in elementary school, where because my mom wasn't much of a cook like earlier on.
Okay.
Like she cooks a lot now, like more so now. But just because like they were so busy, like my friends were always so busy.
Correct.
So it was always like either like I had a lot of Lunchables as like in elementary school, or like
Oh, you were
a
the
lot of
popular kid.
a lot of processed stuff.
You were the popular kid.
Well, I would be exchanging it for like other people's like home foods.
100%.
Okay, I had
Maybe not.
I had this
don't know.
I had this Portuguese friend. Okay, shout out to Jesse Tavares if you're watching this.
Jesse
Okay,
Tavares.
Jesse Tavares.
Tavares.
He had a lot of
Lots of Tavares.
Portuguese mans out there, but he'd always come through with like this roasted like chicken or beef like with potatoes, and it was like beautifully spiced, and I can still remember how it tastes. Like I'm salivating just talking about it.
Right.
And I remember just being like, can I just have like one potato, man? Like, and I'd be there like with my Lunchables, and like I got sick of it, man, because I was eating it like all the time.
Yeah.
So I guess like it didn't really change like in high school. Like I was always like, give me the home food, man. Like I'm about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think when I was younger, I would have fallen for that trap.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, Lunchables, I'll eat that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Because what I didn't think about beforehand is like how, sometimes like Asian style looking food doesn't look the best. It's good. It's
What do you
really
mean?
good.
Dinuguan is great.
No, but like when if someone who wasn't Filipino saw it, it's like, what is that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes we felt like this internal, like kind of like not shame, but kind of like embarrassment. Sometimes it's like, oh, our food isn't like
Oh, yes.
it's not like a ham sandwich, or it's not like Lunchables, or it's not like leftover
Yeah.
pizza or something like that,
Yeah,
or
it's-
takeout. Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, man. So I don't know if it was ever because of that, but like, and honestly, but it was mostly because my parents were so busy, and I just had processed food like all the
Okay,
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But looking back at it now, I mean, I love Filipino food.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll never get sick
What's
of
your
it.
favorite Filipino food?
Ooh, okay. Well, I pissed off a lot of people because Eunice and I did like a Filipino food tier list like a while back,
Great.
and I pissed off a lot of people because I said lechon was kind of mid to me.
Pretty mid. Yeah.
It's thank you,
It's not the best.
but people put it like
You think
the
about-
S tier.
Because the first thing you think about is the lechon and the adobos and the
Sure.
kare kare.
Yeah,
First of
yeah.
all, kare kare
No.
is for real.
Kare kare is S tier for
It
me.
is pretty S tier.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I always said that lechon was mid because I just felt like the meat wasn't that flavorful, honestly. Like people they dunk it in the Mang Tomas, and it's like,
Yes.
oh, that's good. I'm like, well, anything in Mang Tomas is good.
You prefer
Right.
like a different style of lechon, like Vietnamese or Chinese style, because they're a bit more
Oh.
like they really shoved a lot of things in there. Like
Yeah?
lemongrass and.
Okay, maybe
They're
I need
more
to get
flavorful,
on
different style.
different cultures
But yes, but
lechon.
lechon is not like my.
Like Filipino lechon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
If
yeah.
my non-Filipino friends, lechon would be the go-to
Mm.
because it's very friendly to look. It's not friendly to look at, but
It's like a whole roasted
it's-
pig
it's-
just on a
compare
table.
it
Yeah.
with other food.
Yeah.
Filipino dishes, I think.
Sure.
It's a bit more presentable.
Yeah. Because it's just like
It's a party food.
For
you
sure,
know, and
for sure.
Usually non-Filipinos gets introduced
yeah.
Filipino foods that are a bit more, the fiesta foods.
Yeah.
Sets,
Yeah.
The lechon.
Absolutely.
Fried chicken.
Yeah. So what's your go-to then? Like what would you put at the top of your Filipino food list?
It's very hard. I get my rotate. I have a rotation.
Rotation. Yeah.
But
It's hard to
these
pick one.
days,
Yeah.
I think this is pretty peak Filipino food. Sinigang na bayabas.
Ooh. Okay. So say sinigang. What's labayas exactly?
So for any non-Filipinos or even Filipinos, bayabas means guava.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Sinigang
Yeah.
is ultimately a sour soup.
Yeah. Like with the tamarind base.
Tamarind base.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure
Yeah.
if it's I'm not sure if bayabas, sinigang na bayabas is tamarind base as well.
Okay.
But let's just say it's a sour soup.
Yeah.
And it has, and you get a lot of the flavor from the guava as well. And you usually eat it with beef. The beef is usually the
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, my top is sinigang, but it's
Yeah,
like
sinigang.
it's specifically like pork rib
pork
sinigang.
rib.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I just had that.
Yo.
But not pork rib, but
Yeah.
pork.
Yeah. Or even that. Yeah. Like even like any kind of tender pork in
Tender
there.
pork,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's my good. Like that'll never be bad.
Liempo is great.
Yeah.
We're feeling fancy and rich.
Yeah.
We have the liempo, but it's usually for us just like buto. So yes, I love sinigang.
For sure, man.
Love
That's top. That's top for sure.
Sinigang.
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Bulalo's great. I love bulalo.
Mm.
I can talk about these for days.
Absolutely, dude.
Tinola is low key. If tinola, it's simple,
Yeah,
but with
yeah.
good white rice
Ooh,
and lots of the ones with lots of ginger. And if
Yeah.
you put some liver on it, chicken liver,
oh, you're a
it adds
liver.
a little bit of.
You're a liver
It
guy.
adds an extra layer of flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I hate liver.
Same before.
Yeah.
same.
Do I have to build up the tolerance to it? Is that what it is, or?
I'm still not a liver person.
Yeah.
But I think
That specifically, like the
just
chicken
like
liver and
certain
that
dishes,
specifically.
it just, it gives an extra level.
It elevates it,
It
as
elevates
the foodies say, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it elevates
Damn.
it. So,
Because you know why? When people make
and
like,
patis, you gotta have a side of patis.
for sure.
And you gotta slice a few of the, little,
Ooh.
the what's it called? Sile, the siles.
Yo, I remember if my mom was cooking with patis, or like she's like because my mom used to make. She doesn't do this anymore. But like if we're making like dying, which is like the fried fish
Yes.
with like it's just drenched in patis, and like you have that fishy smell.
Oh, your mom knows how to make dying.
That was a while ago though. I feel like that was a while ago, or it was like maybe one of my aunties like in
Okay.
there like making it.
What-
But you just had that smell. My dad would always be like, "What is that?"
Yeah. Funny story.
Yeah.
When I was in Australia, I was living with heaps of backpackers. I was
Okay.
living in a I was sharing rooms with people,
Yeah.
and a lot of them were Brits,
Oh, okay.
like not like white Brits.
White
You know
Brits,
what I mean?
white
Not-
Brits,
not
yeah,
like, not
yeah.
like Indian Brits or like just like.
Yeah.
Anyways. Sometimes I cook, and I cook my fried rice. It's very easy to.
Yeah, like garlic fried rice.
Yeah, garlic fried
Yeah,
rice. Add
yeah.
some hot dogs in there.
Oh yeah, why not, dude? Whatever you got.
The soy sauce and the sesame oil, and then I added like a little drop of patis because I did buy patis,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What the fuck is that? What the hell is that?" The whole
Yeah.
Christians they were like, "Yo, Christian, I love your cooking. It's great,
Yo.
but sometimes can you just please open the window for us or like give us a warning?"
Yo. See, and that's so funny. Cause like it's always like open the window,
Open the
like
window.
open the window,
I
open the
window.
door,
I open
like
the window.
have that screen door locked open
Yeah.
when you're cooking with patis. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I gotta open the door.
Because
Remember
I think we live in a condo now, and I
Okay.
think just above us
that. Yeah.
there's like a Filipino family,
Oh, you know.
right? And then I can smell it, but even as soon as we stepped in, even from like the hallway, and they're a floor above.
You can smell it.
And that's seeping through, man.
smell it?
Woo! But
Oh, yeah.
but it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a very nostalgic smell though.
Nostalgic.
It's a very nostalgic smell. It's like
Nostalgia.
I know my people. I know where my people are at right now, and
Okay.
and what they're doing. And
Do you cook Filipino food these days, or?
I'm not much of a cook. I've been trying to get
Come on,
more
this way.
more keen in the kitchen. I'm a mess when I cook. Like
I'm a
I
big
freak
mess
out.
as
I
well.
freak out a lot, and I'm always
I'm
on
frantic. I'm
yes.
a frantic cook.
because I don't understand timing, and I'm always asking. I need reassurance all the time. Like, does this look okay? Does this look good? Am I
And
doing it right?
You
Yeah,
want to get your portions, your ratios properly. Now you gotta come here if
For
you'd
sure.
like to get scratched.
for sure. Just the boss. She's the boss.
She
We
is
just
the
do what she says. Yeah,
Very spoiled.
yeah, that's okay. But yeah, I was always I'm trying to get better at like cooking and stuff like that. But it's a good skill to have for sure. And
Mm.
especially now like that, married and trying to pay bills and stuff like that, not
Yeah.
eating out too much. You gotta cook. You gotta cook.
100%.
Because eating out is
100%.
expensive, man. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Filipino food. I can go on for days.
Yo. can never
Yeah.
get tired of it.
And you don't even realize how much, at least coming from my mom's kitchen, you don't even realize how much, how much techniques you learn
Yeah,
from others, and then you compare. I was like, yo, why are you doing it that way?
yeah.
'Cause I've had my fair share with living with people, and I've seen people butcher rice, white rice.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
you
a-
see this a lot on YouTube.
like
where,
the
you
Uncle
know,
Roger thing
the
about
Uncle
like
Roger
yo.
cooking thing.
Yeah.
And it's for real.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have friends. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna give her a shout out.
yeah, keep them anonymous.
yeah,
But like,
yeah. Okay.
what did they
Spread-
do to the rice? Not
She strains it. Oh, she strained,
Strained it.
She strained it.
Yo,
Yeah, she
like
strained
after
it.
the cook.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
Some of them strain the rice.
Wow. First of all, how much water are you putting in it that you have to strain it in the first place?
They cook it like it's pasta.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Oh
once
my
again,
God.
I've seen it a lot. Like the
Yeah.
what's it called? When I was in a hostel, I was living there for a bit. Most of the Europeans
Yeah.
strain their rice.
Wow.
Right.
So they just have it in a pot.
Yeah.
And they just have it like
Yeah.
like a one of those like like an electric cooker with them or something, and they're just like
No, they just cook it.
Just
cook
cook- okay.
There's a kitchen there. and there's a kitchen there, and they use
the
it-
hostel,
they use it
yeah.
in the hostel. And
Okay.
then, they were and you know they use a saucepan and they cook the rice, which
Oh
is
my
fine.
God, yeah.
I cook. I don't need a rice cooker to cook rice.
Sure.
But I don't.
But it's ideal.
I
It's ideal to have a rice cooker, I would think. Yeah.
To be fair, I
Yeah.
actually prefer sometimes using
Oh.
the saucepan because it's just quicker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you know, I'm now that I'm back home, we have a Zoji Roshi.
Oh.
It's a big rice flex.
Yes.
Rice cooker
That
flex.
is a flex. You know
It is a
what?
big rice cooker flex.
We were at P-Mall yesterday.
They're pretty expensive, to be fair.
Yeah, and then there was a store that had like a whole wall of them.
Yeah.
And Eunice was like, "These are the ones. Like these are the ones you want to get." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" So one day, that's the flex now. Having
Do you guys eat a rice every day?
for the most part, but we've been trying to be healthy about it because like white rice just straight up isn't the best thing for
I
you.
try not to, but yes, on when my mom cooks the sinigangs and like those,
Ooh,
the
It's-
proper Filipino food.
it's gotta be white rice.
because
right?
we try not to eat white rice as well. It's just
Yeah.
first of all, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's your sugar level.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but I always cook like a little pot for myself and whoever wants to eat it.
Yeah.
We have a giant pot. The rice cooker is always filled with brown rice.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like,
Dude,
you're
it's
eating
not the same. It's
sinigang or
with brown rice.
nilaga.
Yo,
There's some dishes you just gotta eat it with fresh white rice.
you can't. It
So-
really matters.
Yes.
Because my mom before I moved out, like she was on a super health kick, and I'm still on it too, but purely parboiled brown rice. Like that's all we had. No white rice in the house at all.
Really?
And then what she would do is like when we're cooking it, she would put like some turmeric on it.
turmeric?
So yeah,
Just to make it
like with the
yellow?
rice, so it's like super yellow rice. But like it's just not the same.
So so
It's not-
growing up, you've been eating nilaga with turmeric parboiled rice.
Yes, yeah. Sinigang, all that, menudo, igado, all that with parboiled brown rice, man. And
I'm terribly sorry.
yo, that's why whenever I'm at like a Filipino function,
Yeah.
like I'm at church
Yeah.
or I'm at like a fam jam,
Yeah.
and it's white rice, I'm like, that is a treat, man.
Great.
That's a
Yes,
treat.
it
Like,
is, it
so
is.
it really hits harder because I don't have it that often. But
Well,
nowadays we're trying to we mix our rice. So we have like some white rice, some brown, some like that red rice, some of that too.
The wild,
Like
the
what's
wild
whatever
rice or
that's called.
something like that?
Yeah, kind of put some of that in there, but try to limit it. We cook like 2 cups at a time, and like if that's not enough, then that's too bad.
That's a good way to limit yourself.
You know,
That's
you
that
gotta
is a good way.
you gotta set limits, or
That is
else
true, you do need to set
or else because you show up and you're at the party with a plate.
Yeah.
It's half the plate and it's stacked. It's
Yeah.
just rice,
Yes.
and then you got the ulam, whatever.
Yes.
Right?
Now that I'm getting older,
Yeah, we gotta be careful.
I try not to eat as much rice.
Yeah,
It's hard.
yeah, it's
I
hard.
think it's harder to give up rice than meat.
Yo, because I could
Probably.
I could probably live off like rice and just the sauce of the ulam. Like if I had to, I couldn't give up that before like the meat.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, because answer me this, because I feel weird when I do it.
What?
So when I'm at, Eunice knows exactly what I'm going to talk about. So if I'm at a Filipino function and there's food, especially if there's soup like sinigang or nilaga or whatever, right?
There's nilaga in your Filipino functions?
Yeah, why not?
Really?
Why not? Sometimes. Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes.
Anyways.
They go out for it, right? It
I
could be like a
wish, I
random,
wish.
could be a
First
random
of all-
church Sunday.
Yeah,
Just like they got it in the. I'm like, okay, let's go.
In my
We're
family
good.
parties, we never have the sinigang.
Oh yeah.
That's like more of a homemade, like, that's like a non-fiesta food.
Okay, I get
I
that.
would love
Yeah.
to eat sinigang at a Filipino party.
I think more so. I think I've more had it with like church functions than like fam functions.
Okay.
I'll say that, I guess. So whatever. So wherever we're having it, if it's like a party or if it's a get together,
Yes.
I submerge my rice in the soup. I'm like that guy. So I gotta get the rice first. I put the rice in the bowl, and then I put everything on the rice. So the rice is like, it's like soaking up everything. You know, that's how I eat it. But most of the time, people have rice on a separate plate, and they kind of just like scoop it. They kind of like scoop it on it. And I know that's probably the proper way to eat it, but I'm sorry.
Because that's how a sane person would actually do it.
So you think I'm crazy? You think I'm crazy for doing that?
I've had my moments like that,
Yeah.
but
Because just the rice in the soup, to me, it's already great.
I don't know. I don't like to drown it. I don't like to drown anything, my rice with anything. I still like to have that, because.
Ooh, I'm a drowner. I'm a drowner for sure. Yeah, I'm an absolute
I keep it
drowner.
inside now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, my combo used to be, you get a plate and then you just kind of slowly take from the bowl.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah.
you mix it with rice.
I can't. I can't do.
Getting drowned.
I can't do that.
And
I can't do that.
But these days, I've learned to kind of see right. Nala. Yes,
it's just
yes.
People.
Protect
They're
us.
good people.
Yes. Or protect us. Yes. Protect us.
Yeah. And that's how everyone eats it. I know. So I think I'm the crazy person because people are going to the soup first and then they're getting the rice after.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I gotta
keep it separate.
I gotta get my bowl first, get the rice in there, and then I dunk everything in it.
Yeah.
If anyone else does that, please let me know because I feel like no one else does that but me. And I feel weird about it, but I'm not ashamed because it tastes so dang good.
It's a very quirky fact of you.
Yeah, just the way I eat that food. I don't know why. I don't know how it developed. I've been doing that as a kid, and my mom never. No, my mom never called me out on it.
How you want to eat it? I guess.
I don't know.
Like, yeah.
I think that's how she started to do it too. I think I influenced her.
No.
They're behind the fence. They can't do
it. Like
they can't do anything.
Down, like she's like a pack of wolves.
Ooh. Yeah. Them. Yeah, but I'll never get. I mean, that's how I'm gonna eat it till the day I die. So, I'm not gonna apologize.
And you're okay with that, Eunice? You're okay.
I've influenced her. She does it too.
Oh, you do it too?
So we're at home and we're eating, and she makes like a soup. It's like the rice goes in, and then and everything. So now it's like, but you don't want to get to the point where it's porridgey. You still want it to be rice and soup. I'm not eating arroz caldo. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like that.
Caldo, but
yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
No.
Are you as a kid? I used to be a pick off the ginger kid.
I still am.
Yeah.
I'm more much anymore.
I can tolerate it more now.
Yes.
It's different because.
I love ginger though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like the whole cause my mom would put like the big strips of ginger in there.
Especially if you're cooking tinola, the way my mom does it is the strips.
Yeah.
And it's like eating adobo and you get one of those
the peppercorns, the little surprise balls.
It's fine now. I tolerate now.
Yeah. Peppercorns I still can't handle. Or I'll eat it, but I'll still be like, I'll still make a face about it. Yeah. But then the ginger I'm more tolerable now. But I'd rather people like dice it. Like just dice the ginger. Don't like strip it. You know?
Yeah, that's a better way to do it.
It's too much. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pull up. I remember I had specific things I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna pull up my notes.
Definitely.
Just to make sure. How long have we been going?
Almost an hour.
Wow, that's flown by.
Time flies.
Anything else about like your travel that you want to talk about? Because I remember just like seeing you on Instagram. You were just out there. You were everywhere. Like you more so than because I don't go anywhere. Like I'm always here, right? So as someone who's like seen more of the world than I just want to know.
Yeah. I always tell, I don't feel like I'm the advocate. I'm a great person to be to talk about this.
Yeah. But your experience, like what was that like? What was that like?
I feel like hopefully I'm not trying to preach, but I feel like anyone can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't cost a lot of money.
Not as much as you think?
Not as much as people would think.
Okay. Yeah.
The way I see it.
Yeah. So where did you end up going? Like where are all the places that you ended up going?
So my first was Peru. Peru will always have my heart.
Mm.
Peru was my first solo travel.
Wow.
Yeah,
by yourself? Wow.
I was like, I forgot what year, but I was like my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And 2017 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, I found the ticket online, and I was like, yo, it costs like 200 something back and forth.
Yeah.
Take advantage of this.
For sure.
And then I just did it, and I was just by myself. And then from that point on, it's just kind of like the rhythm was like, yo, this is it's doable. It's very doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before that, I think I went to Vancouver with some friends, and that's when it's been besides going to the Philippines, that's when I just kind of realized, okay, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
So
you just started making it a thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
What was that? I can't imagine like traveling alone. But like, what was that first solo trip experience like? Like, what did you end up doing? Where'd you end up staying? Like, what was it?
I did the Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
I did it through the Inca Trail.
Cool.
So that was when, at that point, that was when I found out, I actually love hiking and seeing the outdoors. So
Yeah.
so Machu Picchu, I want to go back.
Cool.
What else? Yeah, that was a quick one. I don't know what else to say, but it was just like I was younger back then, and like I remember like I always like for me, I was still taking it all in a sense of like, yo, I'm in a different part of the world.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to speak Spanish back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just landed at the airport, and first of all, I had the audacity not to take the official taxi because I was really that cheap.
Yeah.
I still am these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
I went off. I walked out of the official taxi spot and then asked one of the hustlers
Yeah.
outside
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
take me here, and I managed to kind of do that and shared it with a few other backpackers.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So you're just.
Anyways,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Peru will always have my heart
Mhm.
in that sense.
Mhm.
And then from that point on, it's just like,
You were
alright,
kinda-
where do I go next? Where do I
Yeah.
go
I saw you were in Cambodia, right? Or you were in
Yeah.
Vietnam for a
yeah,
bit.
so before coming back
Yeah.
from Australia, because I spent a good time in Australia for about 3.5 years,
Yeah.
or like 3 years. Anyways, I wanted to, I might as well hit up Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Cambodia was one of the spots that I went to.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
So, but like that, I honestly think because we took different paths. I mean, like you took that time to like just travel and see stuff, and then
Yeah.
now like, I definitely want to get out there like one day for sure. But like, what?
Oh, I'm planning to.
Yeah.
I'm planning it. I'd love to go to a trip, and I talked to Javier about this.
Yeah.
Because I traveled with Javier before.
Oh,
We
cool.
went to Costa Rica together.
Nice.
But I would love, because I'm doing, anyways. I feel so burnt out because I'm doing a school right now in a boot camp
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
If you guys are down, to Eunice, if you give Ryan permission, I'd love to hit up South America even for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I digress.
That'd be cool. But I mean, I like I bet that experience, regardless, has been like super valuable to you. Just like being able to see
Yes.
a lot of different kinds of places and things like that. Meet a lot of different people.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a super valuable experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think more about it is a lot of like I know myself, I don't know myself. I know myself, I don't know myself.
Sure.
kind of.
Very like self-reflective, I
Very-
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was yeah.
Yeah.
To put-
And that's why I think, I mean, I didn't get this in that sense, but I think going to like post-secondary and just like learning about different things, like regardless of whatever I got out of school, being able to understand where other people come from, I guess, even without the sense of like having to go and like see it firsthand.
Mhm.
Like that definitely opened up my eyes. I mean, you get really caught up in a bubble, I guess, like
You get
with
caught
the
up in a bubble.
with the environment that you live in terms of like
Yeah.
what you were growing up to believe or your values
Yeah.
and your traditions and things like
Facts.
that. But it
Facts.
goes beyond, like there's so many things that go beyond just you know,
Facts.
right? So
Facts.
I think for me, like I'm more so valuing like the difference within people
Yeah.
as well nowadays, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
But I bet getting to travel probably maybe sparked that as well, seeing so many different kind of things.
100%.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where, like, sometimes I didn't even realize. I know we're not American, but sometimes I like how American I can get in a sense. Even like comparison to Australians.
Sure.
But anyways, yeah. First of all, I think at the very core of it, we're all the same people. But yes, a lot of differences.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's great, man. I mean that's also why even being like a teacher and like I have so many, especially now being in like a more of a public school and more of a different like kind of area as well.
Yeah.
Like even just seeing the difference like between like students who are different religion or from cultures that I didn't even grow up with, because there's a lot of cultures that we don't grow up with, like in our area and things like that.
Yeah, because a good chunk. Yeah, because we were a Catholic school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So you're mostly sounding, even like if people didn't identify as Catholic, you're still like within that kind of space.
Yeah.
And you never really take into account other things as well and
No.
stuff like that too,
No,
right?
100% not.
Yeah, that's why, because like I studied like in uni, I did some like religion courses,
Yeah.
And like I'm still a Christian to this day, but like
Yes.
studying like the history of Christianity and studying like the history of other
Yeah.
religions as well. It's like wow, like so many of these things are so deeply rooted, like within different cultures and different beliefs and values of other people. It's like so who are some people to immediately like squander those ideas, like when you don't understand like that they come from a place too. Like we were growing up conditioned in this environment just because like that's what's been passed down to us. But like
you
there's
don't even realize how. Yeah, you
But-
have your own bias.
sure yeah, but you have generations upon generations of like other traditions and other things as well.
Yes.
Right? So I think for me, I was more focused on is like, wow, I can see all of these similarities
Ah.
that we have, like all the things that we value,
Right.
right? Which is like at the end of it for me, it's like, for me, it's always respect of others, the well-being of others,
Yes.
and just making sure that like everyone can live and do their thing. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
and sometimes that goes like, against certain like factions and beliefs of within those beliefs as
Yeah.
well. But I don't know if I have the freedom to like express how I want to see the world and do things, and that should be the same for everyone else. I don't know,
hmm
but
And so like and being a teacher in a public school, like, are there some things that really just caught you off guard in the beginning?
from like a teacher's perspective or just like a people's perspective, or just like in general.
Yeah.
Well, first off, it was just kind of like I don't know what my teaching style was going to be, I guess, and I'm still fairly new. Like I've only done it for like 2 years. Like I just finished
Oh.
like my second year.
I thought you. Okay.
Yeah, because I was in like school. It like took me like 7 years of school, and
Yeah.
I was like doing like my placements. Pandemic happened.
Yeah.
I didn't get any work during the pandemic.
yeah.
So like after that, whatever, right? But I think it was more so like, how do I approach like managing a bunch of kids in front of me
Yeah.
and things like that
I
too,
could only
right?
imagine.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about that before too. It's like, what? How? Yeah. And how would you approach that?
Because
How would because you're still. First of all, there's a certain pedestal that you have.
yeah,
Believe it or not.
yeah,
The way the kids see you.
for sure.
And how do you go about that? Because as much as you are there, you don't feel like you're there.
Yeah, I think I try to just approach it from the standpoint where, like, the thing is, no matter what, as a teacher,
Yeah.
you've been in a student's shoes before,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
you have to have at least some sort of empathy. So you got to understand, like, you can come from a place of understanding with them.
Yeah.
Like, in
I
terms
see
of,
that.
like, how they want to learn, what they're struggling with, why are they struggling, and things like
Yeah,
that, right?
You've been through it.
You've been through
You've
it.
been
Like,
through it.
they might not know what it's like to be on this end where you have, like, this attention and authority, like,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, like over some people, but like and they won't know how to manage that and stuff like that. But we've been in their shoes, right? And even going beyond like teaching.
Yeah.
Now I'm so much more reflective on what my parents have said to me in the past, or what older people have said to me in the past, and when I always brushed it off,
Yeah.
and then
there's a lot of things you brush off. It's like,
Sure.
all right,
and you.
we're going full circle, and now I'm at that age.
And now you're that age where I'm looking at teenagers in the mall or like goofing off somewhere, and I'm like, these meddling kids, what are
I
they
don't want to
doing?
be that, but yes.
Internally, I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
get-
actually call them out.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
gonna
no,
do
no.
anything.
No, I know what you mean because I realize that to myself. Sometimes I roll my eyes. I'm like, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah. But internally, we kind of are, and then it's more so we're always like, we're always trying to be like, I wish you knew what I knew now, kind of thing, and it's like, maybe you shouldn't be like this, and then I try to like sprinkle that onto my students sometimes. Just like, just be mindful of this, and just like,
Info.
just see, and then, but I'm not gonna tell you what
They're pushing your buttons, eh?
I don't know. Sometimes
Yeah.
they do.
Those little
Sometimes.
shits.
I wouldn't call them that. I wouldn't call them that.
Are
but
they gonna see this?
I don't know. I hope not. I hope not.
Hope not.
But no. But I feel like for the most
We're
part,
all-
most of
we're
my
all-
students have been really good though.
We're all little
I'm
shits before.
I'm blessed. But hey, man, for me, dude, you know how I was that good. I was that good quiet kid in school, man. I never got in
Were you?
trouble. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I was too quiet. I never like participated, or I was never like, I was really bad at presentations.
I think
and things like that.
before, I was a shy kid as well
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah. I barely
remember
like
that.
raised my hand. But I wanted to bring up, like going back to full circle with like us and stuff like that. I want to bring up another core memory that I've had, right?
Okay.
Here, I'll show you a picture. I'll probably, maybe I'll put it up like on the video if people see it. But I was like going through their Instagram. Remember that?
Hey!
Yo!
Shout out Chris.
Shout out to Chrislyn.
Shout out.
Her debut. Cause
Yes.
I remember cause we were in it together, and I thought that was really dope. Cause we were like, oh, we're in the same like cotillion together.
Yeah, we have
and-
we have like our circles overlap.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah. Cause I think I met Kristen in like summer school, and then we talked for a bit, and then you knew
Oh,
her
yeah.
from other
Elementary
things.
school.
Yeah, elementary school.
I
Yeah.
caught up with her like a month or 2 or 3 months ago. As soon as I arrived
Oh, wow.
here, like a week later, we just we touched base.
That's cool. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought that was just a really fun time, because I remember like she had friends like family who were like dancers. So we would go practice and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a studio like.
But you can dance though,
Yeah, I'm alright.
right?
So okay,
Like you had some sort of dance background before.
no, never. Okay, I'll tell you. So like.
Did you used to crip? Nah. Did you used to
No,
walk?
Vincent used to sea walk. Vincent
Did
sea
you
walk.
used to sea
I remember
walk back
Vincent
then?
posting sea walk videos, or like I remember seeing videos of Vincent sea walking. That wasn't me, but
You're the ukulele man.
yeah, I was for a bit. I definitely was for a bit. But I'm saying like in church we
Yes.
would do a lot of like performances,
Yes.
and we would do like hip hop dances to like Christian songs.
Uh,
So like I had Eunice knows about this too. She did the same thing because she's also a church girl. But like so I had some experience at least like learning choreographies. I was
Yeah.
okay at, and I was in a lot of cotillions, a lot, like
okay,
growing
so,
up.
okay, so you knew the rhythm. You knew what's up.
Because what ended up happening, right, was that I was someone else's partner,
Okay.
and then they decided to make me Kristen's partner. Cause
Oh.
yeah, because I guess like
Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were Kristen's.
yeah, I was like her escort or whatever.
You were the escort.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. I knew you were part of it.
Yeah. So no, at first I wasn't, but then they made me it because I guess like they thought I was like
Fair enough.
pretty good. So
Fair enough.
yeah, and then we were at we were at Right Foot, which I don't think does that exist? Is Right Foot still a thing? It doesn't exist anymore, but it was like an
No,
actual
it
legitimate dance studio
Is
downtown.
that downtown? I remember that.
Yeah, it was like Wellesley and Young-ish area
Yes.
kind of thing. Yeah.
You probably know Carl Mandak. Yeah, I'm not sure if he still lives around this area. This is where he lives. He's a childhood friend of mine. Like,
Yeah.
Like
Was-
like cousin. What do you call a cousin friend?
Cousin friend, sure.
Yeah,
I have
my parents did.
lots of those.
Yeah.
All my cousins
yeah.
are that.
Yeah, the cousin, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Family friend.
yeah.
That's the term.
Cool.
Yeah. So you probably like he. Anyways, shout outs to him. I've seen the stuff on Instagram, and he's doing really fucking great. He's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a. Great
Was he
guy.
in the? Was the crew there? C2 Genesis? Was that the crew, or was it?
I-
Or a lot of crews maybe use that studio. I don't know. I swear it was like.
Funny how I know C2 Genesis in a sense of like I've seen them perform.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
okay, I'm not in the dance world,
Yeah.
but I have friends enough who like I know at least I know a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not a great dancer. I'm not a dancer, but anyways,
Yeah.
yes, you
I was
Brazilian.
so I was okay. Like I was okay, but Eunice is like actually like a legit dancer. Like she was on like a hip hop team and everything. So like
Oh.
yeah, and in York, you were on the hip hop team. So like compared to her, I'm nothing,
Okay.
right? But we did like a choreography thing for like the wedding. We did that, and people based on that, people thought like I'm a dancer. I'm like, nah, dude. I'm just like I'm okay at learning choreographies.
Okay.
But then besides that, but I just remember it was a really fun time, like getting to hang out downtown, practicing a bit. We would chill with everyone. Like that crew was like really cool. Like all of them. Yeah.
Cousins are funny.
Yeah.
They're funny people.
Yeah. I even have this. There's a video of you. I posted it on my Instagram. It's you. We were at like one of their basements, like practicing, and you were playing like Dance Central or like Just Dance or something like that.
Oh God, please.
Yeah, that was fun.
bury that.
Nah, I will. I won't. I just thought it would be
Bury
funny to
that.
mention. But that was a good time. That was a good time. I always have
Oh, yeah.
fond memories of being in cotillions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Get to meet new people. You hang out for a bit, and then most of the time you just never talk to each other after that. But
That's
it's
fine.
kind of like a send off. But it was still
Do
a
you
fun
still do
time.
cotillions these days?
No, I'm too
You're
old for that.
for
Too old for that,
Yeah, that'd be
man.
creepy.
I'm just I love being just a random guest at one of those functions, like a debut or a
Okay.
50th birthday, where they do like the 50 candles and the 50 roses and things
Right.
like that, or like those
Be
Philippine
there
those
for the free food.
exactly and free food. There's dancing,
Yeah.
just chill out, and I'm
Yeah.
not part of it at all. That's the best.
Yeah.
Or going to a wedding and you're not part of it at all. That's the best.
Yeah.
That's great. You know.
Yeah. I would still be. I like the nerves still hit me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
No, only because like, there was a recent wedding where they asked me to play like the piano for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let me do that for them because like I don't want them to pay for a pianist or anything. Like I'll learn some songs, whatever,
Yeah.
right? But like I pretty much missed out on the whole ceremony because I was like just chilling by the piano.
Oh yeah. Oh
And-
yeah. You're. Oh,
Yeah.
You can, oh yeah. Oh yeah. You could play some instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Music was your thing.
Yeah.
Music is your thing.
Yeah, and honestly, I need it to be my thing again because I've kind of neglected it a lot lately because of work, and just
chess?
like, not because of chess. Maybe I should probably make chess my thing again too. But just like,
Those little shits, aren't they?
no, I think it's just because like I've been teaching stuff that's just not music, so I put all my energy into that,
Oh.
and then like it's sometimes I'm just like my lack of inspiration.
Do you
or
make your
just, like,
students write resumes?
in careers I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
how did that like?
Well,
Would
like
you
most
hire-
of them did.
Would you hire any of them?
I also did mock interviews with all of them
Oh shit.
as well.
What kind
and
of
a lot
questions
of
do you ask?
I very basic. Like summer school's so cramped,
Oh.
right? Like because it's like day after day, like it's too much.
Yeah.
If it was like full on, I would probably ask like more like hard hitting questions and things like that. But I taught them
I
like
can only imagine.
I know things like
They're trying to apply for some sort of like McDonald's job.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah. But I mean like
How
hey,
well do you know SQL?
hey, to be fair, like. I looked up like comment importance questions and things like that, or like even like basic jobs, and sometimes they ask you like, what do you think are some of your weaknesses?
I hate that question.
Right? And I taught them like that's a question. I mean, I think Eunice is more in like in a corporate space.
Okay.
But like is that like a question that they would ask you in an interview? For
Probably.
sure.
Or like
right?
tell me when was the last time you gave exceptional customer service and how to, or like some sort of
Sure. You have to give an example
all
and like at least they know in advance that those things could be things that they could ask you, right? And I told them like with the whole weaknesses thing, and most people advise is that you can be honest about a weakness, but be careful how you phrase it.
it's hard.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like you could be like, sometimes I struggle with handling different tasks at once,
yes.
or managing my time with those different tasks.
Good.
But you follow up with how you're working on that. So you're
Right.
you're trying to make your weakness not your weakness anymore. So like, but I've been I've been trying to keep more of a day-to-day schedule and tracking my time with different tasks so that I can manage what I need to do and prioritize what I need to do. So you follow up, like say a weakness and phrase it in a way that like is don't say like I'm terrible with people, or I yell at people, I have anger issues. Don't say something like that.
Terrible people is.
Say an honest weakness that you think you could probably have about yourself, and then follow it up with a solution. Like, how are you working on it? Right?
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I from what I've seen, most people like would advise that, because if it's a question, you might as well answer it in a good way. Don't just dodge it. At least I don't know.
So when was the last time you gave exceptional customer service?
Oh my god. But
See, it's so
I'm
hard.
trying to think of like how I tied teaching into a customer service.
So when was the last time you put up with those little shit, and how did you conduct yourself?
Hey man, I mean I've dealt with classes where
Oh, that's good. You
Like-
still have hair.
oh yeah, I mean like dude, I'm receding, man.
Oh, trust me, I'm receding as well.
Like look at this.
It's just hidden there, but I'm still receding.
Well, I was surprised. So now I'm going off topic, but like I was looking back at like high school photos
Correct.
of us and stuff, or just like because I still have yearbooks.
So you have a little pocket just besides someone pushes your buttons. You just look at the old high school photo of yourself. You were like this before. Ryan. You were like this before.
Imagine, yeah. But like I also brought it up because like with the hair thing, like I used to rock a buzz cut in high school, or like at least
Yeah,
like from
yeah,
10
yeah,
to
I
12,
remember.
and I'm like, dude, why would my forehead was always so big? Why would I rock a buzz cut? So
No, you did it well.
it's like look
You
at
did
this.
it well.
Look at this thing. Well, I would get haircuts exclusively from my cousins because they wouldn't charge. Oh no, they would charge me, but I don't have to pay them too much, and my mom would
Right.
give me money for them
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Funny enough, shout out to my cousin Mark. But I would take JM and Felix, like one or two times to get a haircut from him. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that was always fun, and that's where he got. Remember when JM showed up with the Avatar arrow? Do you remember that? yeah.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Yeah, so when we I don't know how the inspiration struck, but when we were at my cousin's and he was getting JM a haircut, he gave him like an arrow, so he looked like Aang.
Upon request.
Yeah, like for some reason they just decided to do it. Like we got to the point like, yo, what if we did this? And he was like, okay, I'm down. And what's funny enough is that once it started to grow out, it started to look really bad because like
Yeah.
it's just like this arrow shape that's like growing out on your head.
Good man, Jam.
Yeah. And you know, age with our straight hair and stuff like that, so it's like kind of just like
Jam. The way Jam's hair grew is like
yeah.
it becomes a helmet to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's like a spiky helmet. Yeah.
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 Like, it just doesn't go down.
No, it doesn't. It's like straight.
It's
It's,
just-
like
it just
the
go-
most straight, thick hair
It goes
I've
up.
ever seen in
Shout
my
outs,
life.
JM.
Yo.
Still remember you. I don't know where you're at, but
Shout out to all the Sham guys. I was actually gonna like we could probably wrap up, but like just like a couple of things. I asked you for your spot for food, so that Jane and Wilson pho. I'll definitely
great
go
pho spot.
check that out again. I saw the inspiration was actually from your story because you posted like a music album that you think people should check out. And I didn't get a chance to, but I was going to. But I was gonna ask all the people that I would end up talking to, like, what's like an essential album that you'd want me to listen to
Oh my
or something.
goodness, this is on the spot.
I forgot the one
But
that you
yeah, I
posted,
shared,
but like, yeah, you
like,
shared
I
one.
guess I like just to not put pressure on myself.
Yeah,
I like the one that I shared within my, I guess the people I really want to feel like I could share it with. You know, that Laura Marling album,
Mm-hmm.
Songs for a Daughter.
Songs for a Daughter. Okay. Yeah.
That's been, I mean, it's been 2-3 years and it's been in my rotation these days.
Cool.
So I guess it just reflects a bit more of my sad phase. It's
Yeah.
It's not like a kind of thing. It's
Sure.
just like it's a bit. I think you should listen to it
Yeah. Yeah.
at least to know where I'm at.
Cool.
So yeah, so that one's good.
Yeah.
And you know, Daddy Frank Ocean.
Sure.
Yeah, yes, Blonde over Channel Orange.
Okay. I was always a Channel Orange person, but I'll go blonde. I'll go blonde. I'll revisit it because it's been a bit.
I was a Channel Orange at first.
Yeah. Cause that's everyone was just thinking.
And
Everyone
then
was
you
thinking.
just
Everyone with their
experience-
ukuleles were thinking about you,
And
thinking
just-
that they can hit that falsetto when they really can't, you know. And
Oh, yeah. Well,
So, yeah.
I still try to hit it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
all
mean,
do.
I mean, yeah, Daddy Frank. When the fuck is he gonna release an album?
That's what everyone's saying, eh? Yeah. Cool, man. I'll definitely check
how
out
about
that
you?
Sons of the Daughter. If I were to recommend one, I think post high school I got into a very like indie rock phase, and I still am on that.
I think
So
like hip hop was my core, and then I've started verging out
Yeah.
towards the indies.
Sure.
When more older you get.
I think I'll listen to anything that I like that sounds good, right? But if I were to recommend one thing, it would be a band named Always. They're a Toronto-based band, but I think a lot of them are from the East Coast. They're really popular in the indie scene. But if you maybe have heard of them, the W is with 2 V's.
yes,
It's like
yes. I remember this.
Yeah. And they recently came out with a newer album, Blue Rev, which is fantastic. But Always is like I like to say it sometimes, yeah. And but their
What do you
second
know?
album.
I have one saved song from them.
Hey, and it's Archie Marry Me.
Archie Marry Me.
That was a indie banger, top 40 for sure in the indie scene.
Okay.
But all their stuff that was from their first album. But all their stuff is really good. They've only gotten better as they've gone on. Very like folky, but like very experimental style rock. Very
Right.
reverb heavy. It's just rough, but yet like soothing at the same time. It's strange because the guitars are very heavily distorted, but like lots of reverb and delay, and the vocals are very soft.
I'll
but
take your recommendation to heart, really.
Cool. Cool.
So
And
that
I'll
means
be
you
sure
like-
to listen to that
Yeah, if you like folk
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lisa Hannigans.
Cool.
You like that.
Yeah. And
That's cool.
yeah, man, that's great. I love sharing because I need to get back into being like more into music because nowadays I'm kind of just like
Yeah.
I'm not consuming enough. I think I need to maybe be
Yeah.
more inspired and things
the
like
way
that.
I've seen it, like people also listen. Like if you like this, it says fans also like Japanese breakfast. I reckon you know.
Yes, Japanese breakfast. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Really good.
Filipino American artist Jay Som.
Jay Som.
Yeah, it just says there.
Wow.
But yes,
I should check that out.
She's in the indie. She's more in the indie pop scene.
Gotta check that out.
Yeah, always gotta rap.
Four of Spades is a great Filipino
Spades.
band.
Filipino band.
They're based in
Cool.
the Philippines, but they're like
All right.
they're
cool.
cool too. But
Tori Tori
Tori-
Moa,
yeah,
Filipino American. He's great.
you know them, Eunice.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
They're great as well.
All right, we got a lot of
Yeah,
stuff to
always-
listen to. Fantastic.
Lots of always got to give a shout out to the Filipino creatives.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's inspirational, man. Because I mean, like, I honestly, when I was younger, I didn't really think representation mattered that much.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the older you get, the
But
more
now-
you embrace.
Nowadays, it really matters. You know, like
the more you embrace your heritage.
especially in scenes where they're not that prominent, or that we don't see it as more of
Yeah.
a culture. Like with indie music, like Filipinos, at least in our area, won't tend to gravitate towards that style.
No.
Right?
It's,
More towards hip-hop.
Yeah, I think I
Mhm.
think. Is it though?
I don't know. I think when I was growing up,
at least
though.
in our circle, like,
Yeah.
yes, primarily because the basketball culture is there. And,
Sure.
We're very big in the entertainment, so hip hop, 100%.
Yeah. But I think that nowadays, I feel like more people are being maybe a bit more open to like what they listen to, which
Yeah,
is great.
'cause
I think you need to be.
We're more, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know,
You're older too. Like you're
just
kind of
older too.
yeah. You know. I don't know
I'm
what
not-
I don't
I'm
know
not
what
popping-
kids are
I'm
listening
not
to
popping
nowadays.
to anyone's
Honestly.
head these days. You know what I mean? I can't relate to that
Yeah. No.
these days. I know
No.
I'm still in the ends. There's still the buildings there, but
Yo.
but
Yeah, man. I mean, we can talk. I before we even wrap up, we've been going for a while, but that's fantastic. But we're
this
at
is
the
great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is great.
we're at the. I was gonna mention this before, but we're located at a park where we used to play soccer at with some of the No Frills buddies. I don't know if you remember that.
You play here,
You were with us, man. You were with us. We were on that field. We played soccer.
Javier?
No, it was the No Frills people.
Nah,
Remember-
I'd never.
Yeah, you were here, dude. You were here.
I would not give soccer or football a chance. And,
You did though. I remember you were playing.
Oh.
Yeah, you somehow gave it a chance because we were
Oh.
talking about getting together.
I don't have anything against it. I'm just really bad at it. That's what I'm saying.
But you were fine though. But
Oh,
you
wow.
did your best, you know.
I did my best.
And I was always bad at
Always
soccer.
did.
That's why I always volunteered to play goalie. Because
Oh, yeah, you
all I
can
need to do is block stuff.
Yes.
I don't need to do anything else. But
Yes.
anyway, to finally wrap it up, I wanted to ask you,
Correct.
who do you think I should hit up to be on this? I've hit up Vince, and he's
Okay.
Vincent, and he's down. I'm actually gonna talk to him soon.
Sweet.
But, like-
yeah, shout outs Vincent.
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, anyone that you think like that we knew mutually.
I don't know, Javier. He's
I think Javier would be
I was
fantastic.
talking to Javier. We talked about you. He's the man, do you? Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah. Javier. So Javier, if you're watching this,
Cruz.
I'm gonna hit you up. Maybe I'll probably hit you up before this even comes out, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't cut your hair yet.
Oh,
That's
is there?
long hair.
Yeah. Okay. Don't cut it yet. Don't cut it yet. I need to see those luscious locks
Yes.
before you cut them off. Cool, man. I think that's it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
Wow.
speed round questions?
No, I didn't have a lightning round, but it was funny. The last thing that I just wanted to mention, I remember you kind of introduced me to like mainshas. I never really had it growing up.
That's one
honestly.
of the few things I like. Being away for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, there's no Jamaican food in Australia,
yeah.
and I'm not Jamaican, but
We grow up
living
around
the
so
ends right
many.
here. There's
We have a
many
lot.
Jamaican
So many
spots here,
Jamaicans.
and
Yeah.
So I'm just so used to it.
Yeah, and
so
that.
it was just it's one of those. It's one of those dishes that I find comfort in.
So comforting for sure. And I remember specifically because we would when we were working and like it was our lunch break,
Right
like on a
across the street,
Saturday night,
baby.
run across the street.
$3. It's not $3
With King's
anymore.
Delight or
King's
whatever.
Delight, yeah.
Yo.
Shout outs King's Delight.
Yo.
I
just
still love you for raising your $5 meal to a $6 meal.
still hey, you gotta do what you gotta do,
Still,
all right?
yeah,
Times
to
are
be
tough.
fair. Man,
I still buy
it's so cheap.
I still
It's so cheap.
compared to other places that's really cheap.
It's so cheap.
But it was just so I that was kind of like almost my first experience with it because I didn't know much. That's why I went with you and was like, oh yeah, let me just get what you get.
yeah. It's
Like
pretty.
rice and peas.
They
and
got
some,
better now. It's
and-
not as sketchy anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, but regardless, the food was still bomb.
It's great.
Yeah,
Love it. Love
but
it.
I remember that as being a core memory of just like
Cool,
getting that
man.
and then going back to our break room, eating
yeah,
that lunch,
eating
and I was like,
lunch.
wow, I'm like,
Take
wow,
extra
this is
15-minute breaks.
yo. Whenever we could, we try to
Whenever
squeeze it
you
in.
could.
Sorry, oh, I was gone for that long. Oh, my bad.
How long? Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyway. But man, I honestly though, I really appreciate you taking the time out.
No, I appreciate you doing this. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping this is like the catalyst for other people seeing it and like maybe want to do this too and just
Yeah.
and part of it is just, I really just want to catch up with people, and I think this would be a cool way to kind of document it, and just,
Good way.
I don't know. I just thought
100%.
it'd be a good idea, and maybe other people can see this too and have these same feelings that we had,
Yes.
like when we were growing up and stuff like that. So, shout out to everyone watching. If you are watching this, it means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Christian, I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for listening. It's been a minute, episode 1 on Half Full TV. There's more to come, so please check it out. Hopefully Eunice and I we're gonna get some more content rolling out now that we're gonna talk about our marriage now that we're married now.
Oh.
So talk about that if anyone's interested in that, what the process was like for that, and we'll go from
Okay.
there.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a lot. Yes.
Don't have a wedding. If you don't need to have one, that's all I'm gonna say. We'll go from there, but yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm
But
gonna ask you the question.
all right, thank you. And
you.
take care. All the best.
Thank you.
Easy. Later.
Easy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That was it's fun. I think you have a lot. You have a lot to say. I think I mean, the world doesn't need another podcast.